Hello, everybody. This is Johnny Carciopolo doing something completely different today. We are skipping the virtual coffee, and we're going to do a real live water. And you have
coffee.
Coffee. There you go. There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, this is Deanna Jones, and Deanna is the sales manager. Did I say that right?
Director of
Sales director, okay, of the Holiday Inn Express here in Pelham, and has agreed to do a live interview with me. So we kind of get experience doing that too instead of all virtual. So live in person, right next to me, right here is Deanna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Very good. I've been trying to get Deanna to do an interview with me for a while. So when we came up with the idea of doing it live, I was really excited, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. So it gives me an opportunity to see how it comes out live, and maybe I could do it with other people too.
Awesome.
Right. So, all right. Well, let's talk about your business because. You are a pretty special person who does really special things for a lot of people. I'll give you a little background real quick. I know Deanna from about a year ago. We were in the same business group together, B&I group, and Deanna hosts this hotel, and Deanna hosts that B&I group. And since then, I've moved on to another group. Deanna still hosts that group, now hosts another group, and is looking for more. So it's a great place to have a meeting like that. Great facility. Everything kind of at your disposal, great location. So, but let's talk a little bit about the hotel. Let's talk about how long you've been here and why you came here and why you do what you do.
All right. I have been at this particular property for a year, and this is my first director of sales role in my career in the hospitality industry.
Nice.
The previous 19 years before this position, I was the general manager at different properties throughout different states. Originally from New Orleans.
New Orleans. Go Saints!
And then I was general manager there for a Hampton Inn property, and then a hotel manager for a Hilton Garden Inn, and then Hurricane Katrina came along. And after Hurricane Katrina, I moved to Missouri, where my dad lives, and was a GM of a property there. And the management company, after 2 years, the contract ended, and they wanted me to still work for them. And they offered me an opportunity to be a regional general manager in Fultondale. So came to Alabama in 2008, and it was different properties. I was the general manager at, and then about a year ago, I got asked if I was interested in trying to be a director of sales. And from having managed directors of sales in the past, I was familiar with what their responsibilities were, and had to assume those responsibilities to some extent in the past when I was a general manager. But I was really excited to try to do it full time and commit all my effort to being a director of sales. And so far, it's really good. I'm enjoying it.
That's awesome. So I would imagine that's different than being the general manager, right? So
yes.
It's very focused on
sales
right.
all day long. Thinking about business, trying to find business, looking at the business that falls on your lap when they walk in the door. Who are they with, and why are they here? It's just nonstop business. And so I guess I have the luxury of not having to worry about staffing or bills or anything like that. But it's a different type of stress, but I'm enjoying it. Different is good. After 19 years of being a GM, different is good right now. And I'm still in the industry, which I started when I was 18 years old. Yes.
So with that
like
said,
5 years ago.
Experience, right? That means you know what you're doing. You know this industry. You know it backwards and forwards. You've seen from all different angles. So
all different types of properties, full service properties, 342 room properties, French Quarter property, properties in other states. So I have a lot of experience with that, and hopefully that gives me a good perspective on client needs,
right? Because
all clients are different and they all have different needs. So it helped. My background and the experience helps me be creative with coming up with ideas to make their event the best it can be. Sure.
So let's talk about that for a minute, because people hear hotel and they think, okay, if I need a room for the night or whatever, but there's a lot more that goes into this. So what are some things that, aside from, in town for a night and I'm going to stay here, what some things that you offer the locals or other businesses?
We do have, our client base is very mixed. Some hotels, depending on location, their clientele is heavily one particular market. We have a lot of different markets in Pelham here at our hotel. We have leisure market, which are guests that are coming in on their way to the beach or on their way home from the beach. We have clients that are coming in to go to a concert because we sit right behind Oak Mountain Amphitheater.
Great location.
So yeah, you can walk. My boss likes to say you can walk there and stumble back.
That's right. That's right. Safety first, right?
That's
no driving.
Right,
so
that's right. And then we sit also right behind Pelham Civic Complex, which we get guests that are coming in for meetings or trade shows or events there. And connected to the Pelham Civic Complex is the Pelham Ice Arena. So they host a lot of hockey tournaments there, so we get the sports leisure market there. We're also in a good location to different ball fields where we get leisure guests for teams, whether it's softball or soccer or other football. Football. We also have a good mix of corporate clients that whether they're traveling to visit their local offices, it's like regional managers, or they hold meetings sometimes here or training sometimes here in our meeting space, and those people are coming in from out of town, so they need a place to stay. So there's a good mix of clients that we have coming here, and as director of sales, I have to go find all them and then bring them back here.
And hope they don't all want to stay the same day, right?
Exactly. Well, you know what? That does happen too. Yeah. In particular, Talladega, this coming May, we have a lot of clients coming in for Talladega. Well, there is a tennis tournament at Pelham Racket Club. There's also a couple of tournaments going on in town on that weekend. So it's funny you say that because just recently, it seemed like every day when I was picking up the phone, it was a big, giant piece of business that was getting me excited, but it was on that weekend, and it was sold out.
So for local businesses, let's talk a little bit about your meeting room, right? Because a lot of people will pass this by and don't even realize there's such a nice meeting space here.
Our meeting room is bigger than our comp set also, and our hotel is the most recently renovated hotel of our comp set in Pelham. And our renovation included exterior, interior meeting space. Just everything was redone. And our meeting room can hold, we have different tables for different types of events. We have skinny boardroom type tables. We can set them up classroom style or U-shape or square shape. And then we have round banquet tables. We have, when you rent the meeting room, it comes with the setup, of course, and we have fitted black tablecloths, which are very crisp and very nice looking. So the the meeting room holds about 56 people banquet style and 45 people classroom style. When you rent the meeting room, it comes with a complimentary overhead ceiling mounted projector and screen that is in the room. It's complimentary use, complimentary Wi-Fi. We don't have a restaurant in the hotel, but we do have options for guests that want to have lunch catered in that I can help facilitate, and snacks and sodas if they need it too.
Plus, there's all kind of restaurants up and down the street.
Yes, we are
walking distance.
Yes, we're within walking distance to many restaurants, and then there's within a mile of other restaurants, and maybe within 5 miles of a ton of restaurants. And we're really closely located to Highway 65, so it's very convenient. Not a lot of traffic coming in and out the hotel, so companies favor us for the meeting space and what we have to offer, and our proximity to restaurants and the interstate.
Easy in and out for sure. And I can tell you the meeting space is excellent because I've been in meetings, right? So with BNI, but I've also seen it set up for more of a classroom style, so it's very conducive to teaching. It's very comfortable in there. So it's something that everyone needs to think about. If you need classroom space, meeting space, Even you could set it up like a little boardroom, with tables and everything for those kind of meetings. Or the room that we're in right now is great for smaller groups.
Yep, the sport room, and it comes with the same setup as far as it has a drop screen attached to the wall, but I have a desk mounted, not mounted, but a desk camera projector that is complimentary when you use the room or when you rent the room.
Cool. What advice do you have for people looking for the perfect hotel or, meeting space?
Our hotel has very good reviews on TripAdvisor and on our own website. Reading guest reviews is my recommendation to anybody who's traveling to read reviews. That's the way the world is today. People post reviews, and I respond to most of the reviews that come into our hotel. So some other properties don't have someone at that property who's experienced to respond to reviews. It's just kind of a generic, thank you for posting a comment.
Yeah, no matter what the comment is, right?
Right. But I personally respond. If there's a concern, I'll bring it to the general manager and we'll investigate it. Right. And also, some directors of sales don't do that, but I feel like that is essential for me to know what our clients liked and what we need to improve upon, because I've had some involvement with their booking more than likely, and I need to know if we need to make any improvements for the next client. Right. Being the director of sales, this is, or even the general manager, it's constantly evolving to what the client needs, and because clients are evolving. There's millennials, and there's
you want their return business too, right?
Yes. You want to make sure that if we did do something that we could have done better next time, that we learn so we can do it better next time.
Right. Well, I can tell you don't have to worry. I can tell you already from a standpoint of the rooms. One of the things that we didn't talk about, we'll talk about a little bit, is actually one of my daughters. I have two daughters. Actually had a disaster happen in the house.
Yeah.
And it was pretty close proximity to here. And they actually came and stayed here for, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And it was like home away from home for them. So it's great for if you're having work done in the house and you don't want to be around the dust and the mess. And, it's great to come here. You're still close to work. You're close to everything. From a meeting standpoint, the room is impeccable. Set up wonderful. Temperature's good. And everything at your fingertips. And then classroom style, same way. And it's just a beautiful property. It really is. I mean, it's got,
we have an indoor pool.
We
didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
We also offer a complimentary breakfast every morning to the guest, which
good breakfast too.
Yeah, it is. There's items on there that rotate daily, so a lot of other franchise hotels don't do that. They just have same thing every day, and we rotate the egg and meat selection. So that keeps it, if you're staying for multiple nights, it's kind of something different and exciting.
Not the same thing every morning, yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations on the success, because I was here before you were here.
Oh, thank you.
Right? And now I'm here, I'm seeing what happens after, and it's nice stuff. I think you know what you're doing.
Well, it's been here now, so I'm enjoying it, and I feel like I'm ever learning more on how I can be better, or how I can improve the sales of the hotel, and then also the service to the clients.
Right. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about, very very active in the community, right? Yeah. So not just BNI, but chambers and
chamber, Helena Business Association. I try to get out and go to functions, just to be known to other businesses, and then be known to the community.
Good
and
stuff.
I've supported
you don't see that a lot, so that's good.
Yeah, I've volunteered to host meetings here for the Shelby Chamber, and other. There was going to be a blood drive in Pelham not too long ago, and I volunteered meeting space for that, but it never came to fruition at that time, so maybe it'll come up. But I think it's important to unify yourself with the community, and if you can offer anything back to them to help, it's a win-win.
Right.
And I love the exposure. I love the opportunity to host functions here. whether I get sleeping rooms out of it, not prefer sleeping rooms, but whether I get sleeping rooms or not, because all those people coming in for the meetings walk in and out the door,
Right.
and it's planting a little baby seed that, this is a hotel, and if we ever need sleeping rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, even the whole idea of just knowing that some of those things exist in here, because people will pass by and go, "Oh, it's just a hotel. They got rooms. That's it."
And they never
so it's
walk
a little bit
in.
of both. Yeah.
Yeah.
So great facility. I can't emphasize enough. If you have a situation where you need a meeting room, a classroom, you're having a function that is within the size that you talked about.
Reunion dinners, graduation dinners, rehearsal dinners, bridal showers, baby showers.
There you go.
Yeah,
right. It's right here in
I've also
hometown.
hosted what I thought was very unique is Thanksgiving dinner,
Nice.
Christmas dinner, because they don't want all those people. Well, they don't necessarily not want them in their house, but they
don't want them eating in their house.
Right. Well, they may not have the space
right.
to facilitate a family dinner or a birthday party or some kind of function at their house. So they have come here for that. So I had a Thanksgiving dinner here one time. I thought that was...
So what that says is ask, right?
Yes.
I mean, even if it's something you never thought you could possibly do here, ask. Chances are you'd be able to work it out.
Yeah.
Right?
If you can do it at your house and it's a big function, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, cool. Well, I think this was great. I love the I'm not used to being able to see someone face to face live. Right. So love that. Any last words? Anything else you want to make sure everybody knows?
Just that if you have any needs, we are very competitive with our sister brother hotels in Pelham. We're not the cheapest hotel, but we also don't want to be the cheapest hotel.
Right.
We want to be the best value, and we can work within budgets and set up billing accounts if needed to make it really easy for you to book here. Corporate links to where you send it to your guests coming in from out of town and let them do their own reservation. You and I will set up the block. You send them the link and kind of make it easy for the person facilitating the meeting, or wedding block. We set them up in a block, and I send you the link. You send it to them, and then you and I are hands off and let them take care of their reservations. So
tell everyone how they can reach you. What's the best way to get you?
Best way to get me is at the hotel. The phone number is 205-987-8888, or my email is also an excellent way of getting in touch with me. And if you email me or get my voicemail, leave me as much information as possible so I can research your needs and have answers for you when you call back. My email is deanna@hiepelham.com.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Very
much for
good.
coming and having this live with me.
I know.
I'm live with the coach.
That's right. No virtual coffee. This is live with the coach.
Live.
That's
Look,
right.
Really
I'm really here. Pinch me. Ow. All right, so let's raise our glasses again. I already had my coffee for the day, so I'm on water now. So cheers. And who knows? Next time we may be virtual again. Next time we may be live. We'll see how this one comes out. I think it's going to be great. I think I can see myself doing more of these. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.